First, let me introduce myself. My name is Karl Werner. I have worked for the Cedar Rapids School District, and I have been here, I would say this is my number 6 superintendent. I had a contractual agreement with the district when I was doing human service work for 9+ years. And then I've been in the district actually for 22. So some people say I've been around for 22 years. Some people say I've been around for 31. My title is the disciplinary review officer. So what that means is I hear disciplinary hearings from every school in the district about issues of concern. I also work in conjunction with the county attorney's office with truancy and attendance. My purpose, the way I see it, is to make sure that our young people have an avenue to be able to continuously get their education, but yet and still understand the severity of some of the issues that they actually find themselves in. Whenever I meet with a family, I always want them to know that this is not a us and them situation. I never address parents by Mr. or Mrs., whatever their last name may be. I always acknowledge them as mom and dad, because in my mind, they know their child better than anyone that's in the room at that time. And that best helps me understand the situation. I think that my human service background has a lot to do with that, because not only am I trying to understand the issue, in many cases I've actually lived the issue myself. So I want parents to know that they have a voice that should be heard, but it also should be respected. Well, first, I don't know if I have great wisdom, but I do have an understanding of people. And so what I try to do in terms of my own background is look at some of the mistakes that I made in life and the reasons why it took me so long to get in some of the positions that I'm in today. And I try to relate that to what's going on with this particular child, with this particular family. One thing that I want this district that I so love to understand: we have now become the community centers in this area. There's no longer centers available to young kids that allows them to go to after-school programs or things of that sort. I don't want to say unfortunately, but maybe the mental health community has taken all of those positions from our communities. So we, as the district and as schools, we have picked that up. We no longer just teach kids. We feed families. We actually give them clothes. We do so many things that our human service agencies do in conjunction with them, that now we have become the community centers in our areas. We need to understand not only what our community is about, when I talk about the African American community, but we need to also understand our needs. When I was doing human service work, I had the opportunity to work with a gentleman that I feel as if was probably one of the main people within the Black community. His name was William Hood. And he always told me, number one, you have to find out where people are, not where you want them to be. So when we would work with a family, that was very important. One thing that I think our district does well is they make these opportunities available to the families in our areas. One thing I think they continuously need to work on, and it's very simple. First, you have to like the people that you're working with. You have to have some sort of understanding of the people that you're working with. And that's a day-to-day process. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois, and most of my family still lives there. My sister, my younger sister, is an insurance agency. And she called me about a week or two ago and said that a family had contacted her about getting some insurance. And in the conversation, it came up that this mom said, I moved back to Chicago. I have been living in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And my sister immediately said, well, I have a brother that lives in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and his name is Karl Werner. And immediately the mom said, I know him. He helped my kids. That's what it's all about.